are seeing a way to look to counter that coming out now with the Zennial. I love this.
I assume that'll be on Sun, because he likes to play the tankier characters, and Chaser is really darn good at the Richter, but it could go either way. And I really do like the Zennial for AHQ, because they play such a map control focused style. If they can use the Zennial to gain extra intelligence, extra information on their opponent's movements, and then have the Angelic Splendor so he's constantly still in the team fight, they're going to be at a tremendous advantage. And he's pretty darn good into the Superman as well. To any aggression onto his own team. He's one of the best positioning supports.
Yeah, both supports doing a good job of keeping the team alive for now as Chaser will actually fall. The follow-up stun there onto J-Jack, meaning First Blood is going towards Team Flat.
Winning early game where they're not really contesting in terms of farm scales well. So AHQ need to counter-contest and win early game.
Well, we're seeing the counter contestation right now is 1 kill.
Probingly into the jungle, decided that wasn't for them when they saw the full rotate coming back their way, particularly with Sun already having knowledge.
And now it is Hawk who's under threat. J-Jack with the Hurricane Wall! And he has the wind cuffs as well to follow up. That positioning was absolutely perfect. This tower push, something that has been very slow to start this game, and something that Team Flash needs to prioritize because you have to get that early infrastructure lead against AHQ.
They get the first tower, and now AHQ have a full rotate to defend their own top lane, which was trying to be the counter push. There's no way!
None at all as XB falls in the mid.
He's probably already got that Leviathan pretty stacked.
Yeah, he's just farming up those seagulls here up top, and now it is Sun in a potentially bad position, but it is J-Jack coming in on the flank. The shield is going to drop. The wind cuffs once again are almost able to keep him alive. That was a really nice play, but on the other side, it is going to be Datkoi falling, so a trade from AHQ making the best of a bad situation. Gao, fantastic 1v1 play, putting the Zennial in a bad position, but AHQ coming to his rescue almost securing the save. Now, they weren't unfortunately able to find either. They just sort of sit back as a group and turtled, and now it is Datkoi caught out with around his team.
Flash were just able to turtle behind their towers for so long. Now they'll press forward for a team fight.
Chaser is going to be in the back line, but already the Raz was forced out by ADC. Sun was trying to trade this as Chaser is going in. Sun forced to use the Angelic Splendor to try and keep him alive, but ADC is going to roll away uncontested. That was not the team fight there. The rest of the team is collapsing, but on the other side, AHQ is using this opportunity to try and push it onto the high ground themselves. Sun is the distraction, but he's getting instantly annihilated here. The Blade of Eternity, I will believe, bring him back into this, but now it is Rush under threat. Not a lot of mana to work with either. So he's in a tough spot as ADC is the target for Chaser, who instantly gets the kill. That's massive. Blade of Eternity will be there to bring him back on in as ADC is trying to survive. No, going down for a second time. On the other side, the pick is made as Rush is now in full retreat, still surviving through all of this somehow, as in the mid, the team is able to secure this now.
Tracking, trying to find those key backline damage characters, particularly ADC. The problem is, before they grab ADC, they already lose J-Jack, who is burned down in the initial fight, and as a result, despite the clever strategy, they're still at a player deficit. So that's what they're building for. That's why they'll now rush this Abyssal, because maybe the extra damage boost leverages, evens the team fight enough that that's possible.
Is Hawk now, speaking of the team fight, going up in the mid. Chaser sacrificing himself, and Gao on the flank doing absolute work. Now it's going to be ADC the target for Team Flat. Staying alive through all this. Sun not able to close the gap, and neither is Rush. The perfect body block potential there from Team Flash, keeping him alive with ease, and the last man standing the back of this team fight. It is going to be J-Jack. Keeping him alive just a little bit longer is Gao. They want to stagger out this death as much as possible, and that's going to be it as they push in towards the high ground. TJ, this could be GG.
That should be GG. Brilliant strategy from Team Flash, and they're going to take a game, from the looks of things, off of the current world champions.
That is going to be it. Game number 1 goes to Team Flash. Somewhat of an upset here as AHQ go down.
Zill does scale better into mid-late, but he is going to peak mid-game. This is kind of an interesting inversion. It will be Team Flash most likely to win the mid-game, and if they can do enough damage during that time, AHQ can't come back late-game. Should we get late-game, AHQ do have the advantage, and I'd say early game they have an advantage because of the Crushed and Lindis, both of whom I love in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, I am liking the draft that Team Flash has put together for themselves, though. They have a decent amount of utility between the Omen, between that and Net. They also then have the ability to just go in and burst somebody, blow them up. But a lot of backline for not a whole lot of front lines. We'll see if that comes back to bite them here. AHQ really giving this last pick a lot of thought here, as I do expect that will be their additional...
It should be a Tulin.
Yeah. It should be.
However, they also kind of like Alistair in a way I'm not entirely comfortable with, and they like L'Oreal in a way I don't entirely agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I asked for it a little bit just because of how good Hawk played it last time around, but I don't think this is the draft to play it into. You're absolutely correct. We oftentimes see that more into the tankier compositions, the tanks that you can kite. There isn't.
Push them out of it.
You can indeed, as J-Jack is going to be the initial target starting things off. Datkoi there, ripping them to shreds. The follow-up damage from the Ignis is there as well, and it is Hawk now in full retreat. The wipe going on through, as Sun is going to be the last man standing and the last one to fall. You know, asserting your win condition in a way that your opponents are making mistakes is a great way to lose games.
Whew. Metamorphosis needs to be spent there by J-Jack to survive the Holy Embers coming through. He does. Sun, however, does not survive the pressure down bottom. AHQ around the 6-minute mark.
Sun.
It's just a strange overextension.
I cannot believe I'm saying it, but I think that's what we're seeing right now is looking to pull up a fight in the mid. A great Hurricane Wall from Pro E splitting the fight, but it is J-Jack pushing in, getting kited left, right, and center, though, as XB is able to pick up the kill on the flank, and that is the Zill going in as well. Hawk will end up falling, so it is a trade, but 1v1, that lead is insurmountable. We're seeing a level 11 to level 8. The entire side of AHQ is level 8 right now. Once again, J-Jack forced to flub the ult right now as he gets ripped to shreds. The big boy going down, tumbling like fire.
Sun will be in trouble as well. You can see the damage from Pro E. It's a bloodbath as he cleans up the lane.
What AHQ could not in an entire game as they break the base. The high ground tower has fallen, and now they're looking towards the mid game. Talanis, played by Datkoi, is doing work. The tower is getting chunked, but Pro E forced out an early Hurricane Walls on the flank. ADC is going in there, able to get the kill on the Hawk. That was absolutely massive use of the cover of the Drake, and now it is the mid tower under pressure once more, pushing in here onto the core as ADC is going in way too deep, though, trying to find the kill, and he is not able to do so. He falls for his hubris, but the mid tower falls.
It's all in trade. It takes 4 members of AHQ to defend against 1 Zill, and now they've lost 2 of their high grounds. Only 1 remains.
The last one standing as J-Jack is trying to secure it in the back. Chaser getting chunked by the damage from the Annette as Gao goes in deep. The Death's Embrace putting the Elsu into the ground, and now it is on the last man standing as that is going to be 2 more quick kills for Team Flash. They have AHQ absolutely routed.
Datkoi just hovering in the back of these fights, hammering in damage. This should be game.
This should be it, as this is Team Flash looking absolutely impeccable. Their ability to take this game was fantastic, and that is them up 2-0 in this series. What is his last pick, though, TJ? It is the Crashed. All right, that's what he's the last tanky pick on the board.
So they take away the final tank option, forcing Flash should they want to work that into that composition, although I'm not really sure how they would. Then mid lane, this should be a Raz. Ooh. Mid lane, this should be a Raz. Like I said, I'm not sure how they would use the Crashed, so they don't really need to worry about it. But instead they go Kali. Okay. I can respect that because the Raz doesn't actually play super well into the comp they have. But the Kali will struggle again against the burst damage coming through. So this Team Flash roster is on a pretty stiff timer. They need to win early game, and then they'll get 50-50 team fights. We talked about it during the intro. It's a skill matchup.
Well, a skill matchup as well for AHQ himself against the world right now as he's getting chased down by J-Jack. Interesting decision there, stopping and auto-attacking a minion. His first blood goes on through, and it might be one more if Datkoi could fall. Yes!
Hawk finds the shining light. Now I'll look for the pressure onto that Abyssal, this time enforced by Sun, knowing there's 2 players challenging him up top. Again, he can die, that's all right.
Put their heroes in these favorable positions. That's the kind of heads-up play that we don't often see. Nice wind comes going there onto J-Jack. That is the quick execution. The kill probably might have gone in too far, as the retaliation is there from AHQ. This is exactly what they needed to do, as Datkoi is forced out in a rough position underneath the tower, and no problem, the execution. I'm kind of surprised he didn't back up right there. He's like, I have to save my tower, but I'm not able to do so. In the top lane, Chaser just soloed out Gao.
Right, normally the Conqueror buff, the lifesteal, just means you can win a sustained trade versus a Richter. However, if this Richter gets going, as I said in the pregame, this will be a very good game for the Richter. You've got a lot of tightly packed. I guess it works out because they were a little bit late on the minion waves across the board, but that was kind of an awkward period of stalling AHQ had to do.
Yeah, AHQ was like, it's like you know, waiting to pull back the curtain and like, give us a second, he's coming any minute. As they now take down a second high ground tower. It's still working out for them so well, TJ. The Hurricane Wall is trying to go in, but in the back, the Marja splitting up that minion wave, finding the kill, finding the stun, or not the kill quite yet, but the takedown on the tower, as Gao was the frontliner here, the only one, and on the back, ADC is in a rough position. Chaser going on through, able to get himself out. Actually, he does fall, but it's already too late. That's going to be GG. Game number 3 going to AHQ.
Because like a day.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the other supports have prioritized the Bennett a lot more.
Yeah, J-Jack has looked terrifying on him a few times, but it's not been one of his staples.
Yeah, that's why I was... actually, Bennett was my first thought. And I was like, nah, he hasn't been playing a ton of a Bennett, so maybe not so much there.
But again, they're losing the Abyssal during that time. Team Flash want to pick it up.
Looks like Team Flash is going in there. The Malik on the flank, going in with the shock right now, but in the back, we do have that Bennett. The Nature's Realm is there. The execution, the follow-up. Datkoi going in, maybe a bit of a misplay as he falls back underneath the tower. The stun from the Valheim, the follow-up from Rush, and that is going to be it. Stepping in too far out of line.
Damage and follow-up combined, there's no way to get out.
It synergizes so well with the seeds coming out. The stun is there, the kill is there. So we saw the Lindis just instantly executed.
They just stole... Honk, J-Jack, Rush, play aggressive. This is the same bush Rush has lived in for a while now, and it works so well.
The flank through the mid there from Rush. Datkoi once more, though the stun will land. But we do have the shield coming in, the beautiful support play in the Nature's Realm with the follow-up, but Datkoi might have gone a little bit too far. The Conqueror's not going to be available as Pro E's now in full retreat, able to get his teammate out, but no kills secured for Team Flash.
And see if they can't find out any individual picks.
No. He's able to get the dodge off from the stun from Hawk. Really, I may have spoke too soon. This bush of death. We need to rename this the AHQ.
A challenge onto the Darkslayer that meant AHQ don't have it yet.
Pro-Eve scouting a little bit too far forward, giving his life to slow down this push. Datkoi is pushing in on the flank. The Marja of Sun doing so much damage. The tower barely does fall, but all the while this Drake has been pushing in on the high ground on the Slayer's side.
2 towers very low. At least one of those high grounds will fall, if not both. J-Jack with the command.
Goes in with the branching of the fall there on the Nature's Realm, and it is Gao in full retreat. The tower is still standing through all that, though. Nice clear on the mini wave in the mid as well. That is the priority going in now. Sun, the knock of the follow-up is there, but he does find Datkoi, secures the kill. Nicely done. There is the aggressive shock from Gao, but not able to secure the kill himself. As look at the damage, the splash going in from the Marja on the flank, and now it is the high ground tower exposed.
They're all so low.
Really, this is all about just Sun going in and laying down all this damage. The Ghost Walk is there. The Nature's Realm, the follow-up, the big knockup from the Restallion will actually secure the kill, and Datkoi is able to escape. So nice pickup there from them, going in with a key knockup, the lifesteal, enough to keep them alive, and more importantly,
it is doubly effective. A lot of magic damage on this team from strange characters.
A lot of damage coming on through. They're seeing the damage onto Rush. Can they get the...
No! What on earth? That was a good burst coming through on the last second for Rush.
And on the other side, Chaser will pay for it with his life, though, but it's a 2-for-1 trade as Gao is trying to go in and secure another kill. Lindis is still alive, so they do have their key ADC in the back, but the Ghost Walk coming through just in time for Marja, and on the flank, we are seeing the Batman. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP to work with. Can he find Gao? Another nice cleave, finding Hawk. But look at this flank. They want to try and execute something here, TJ.
Rush, I'm not sure about that.
That's the big worry. AHQ here does have the potential to overextend, but on the flip side, so does Team Flash. This could be the potential re-engage off the back. The hissy for the Marja is going in.
The shock!
The shock is there in the back. The nice flicker, though, from Sun to dodge that out, and now the Nature's Realm to try and split the fight on the back. We do have the flank coming in from the Lindis now, forcing back Chaser. He's in a rough position, but now I might actually see a little bit of an overextension here from Team Flash. It is Datkoi going in with the Conqueror. He's chasing the team down. The Batman does not survive any longer, and now it is Sun on the flank here as well, trying to sustain through. We do have the Blade of Eternity, and there's the turnaround, the follow-up there, and now the Bennett trying to continue to chase this down to split the fight, but it is not going to be enough. The re-engage coming off the back. This is Team Flash survives. So we now see Rush going in, trying to find the kill on the ADC. That is the target, not quite able to do so. And now it is the turn, the follow-up shock. J-Jack does not have the lifesteal to sustain through this, but he's going back in with the Redwood Rush, trying to make this work. And this bomb that is there, they're actually summoning the Drake to try and make this work. J-Jack! Not sure if it was a fat finger or a legitimate strategy to try and give him another target to play with. That's going to be a bit of a wasted Drake here in the mid, though. But on the flank,
not if it guarantees a kill on Hawk. And remember, XB is going to scale very well into the late game. I would argue he has. Darkslayer, but neither team again feels comfortable committing without a kill.
Pro-E, though, maybe stepping a little bit too far forward. Gao as well. That's the Ghost Walk burn.
There's
the shock, the follow-up there. Not connecting. It is now J-Jack out in front. He's forced back to Rush on the flank. ADC doing a great job of chunking through Rush, and with the key spell already down, that is the Margin going to fall once and twice. But a lot of damage done. Rush now in the back, going to fall for the first time. Will the follow-up be there? Yes, it is! The stun, the follow-up. J-Jack trying to have the wrenching up, but he's going to be taken down in his own right now. The high ground is exposed. The threat is there, but ADC is so low, and Dakoi in the back. Going to be trading up these skills. They have the wave of turning, trying to get back to this Trody. He is going to fall. In return, as AHQ is trading back and forth.
Chaser will be back off the Blade of Eternity, but the pressure is still here.
Taking a little bit of damage to start things off, but J-Jack needs to be careful. There's the shock, but they can't do both at once as Dakoi has come back in. A lot of damage onto Gao. They will be able to secure the Dark Slayer in the back of the snow, and Gao has enough HP to work with, but he is likely going to fall.
Oh.
Yes, he does. We'll see which buff will reign supreme. If Sun needs to be careful not to step too far to the line. There's the stun. The follow-up is there. Perfectly chained CC. The Dark Blessing keeps them alive, but there's CC in the back of it as well, trying to go in. They will secure one kill there. Nicely done. J-Jack is now in way too deep. The Redwood Rush trying to get him to escape, but ADC is on the flank, trying to go into Chaser, and that is going to be the stun. The follow-up, the kill. Nice heal as well from Pro-E, able to keep the team through this nature drop, not doing nearly enough as ADC survives. We do have crucial kills from Team Flash, but in the back, the Batman is going in. Rush trying to find this. He has one minion to work with. Can they get back in time? That is going to be it. XB is there. He will have the utility to deal with this.
Rush just out 1v1 XB, and that might have just bought the time they need. The rest of Team Flash will continue forward undeterred. Rush bought time.
As Rush has arrived, we do have the overlapping orbs of death, the rings of death right now as the Malice combo is in full effect. But Sun able to walk right on through it with the ult, and on the flank, Dakoi getting chunked down by Chaser. CC is there, but the Marja does fall.
Sun very low, needs to disengage, and he can't. XB and ADC double team, and now J-Jack needs to run. He can't either.
The forest falls, and we do hear the sounds of potential defeat for AHQ. As two heroes have gone down, it is now Rush, the next one, off the stun. ADC rips them apart as Gao is creating space. Chaser unable to do the damage to rip on through as the high ground tower in the mid is exposed. They are pushing in these minions, but on the back of this towards the core, the super minions are here, but Dakoi is there for the defense.
Dakoi for the cleanup, that's good enough. Now mid lane, if they can get this high ground, it will likely be AHQ tied up and their game in trouble with 30 seconds on some of these respawns, and Hawk already in trouble.
If that Sunshine had connected, that could have been it. They're going under the core right now. Chaser is there, forced back under the core. That is the shock. They need to continue to push these minions on in. They don't have them there quite yet. The death timers are almost down. Sun has respawned. That is crucial, but ADC is hitting the core. They need to try and kill these minions. Can ADC do it? No! Hawk falls in the back. The core survives just a little bit longer. Hawk's going to respawn. He's going to have enough HP to try and survive through this, but they are going to get the kill on the back of this as well, as XB is under threat. J-Jack is there, turning this around, and now Pro-E is the last man standing as ADC respawns, but it's not enough!
And now that ADC's down, that could be a major turnaround. J-Jack continues to press forward. He knows he has enough HP to slow this down, and he wants to make sure that Team Flash can't reset. I think he's done exactly that. And the Drake all the while is working its way through Dakoi to play defense.
Dakoi is here to try and keep this alive, but he's now in a 1v...
the burst.
I was gonna say a 1v3 situation, but he's already dead, TJ. Uh-oh, and now we see Rush getting scouted out here by ADC. Rush is gonna try and turn onto this, but he does not have a hope of surviving death. Nothing for you in that situation, so trading out 1 for 1 now.
Discovers something is badly wrong with his universe.
He goes in, tries to disrupt this enraged Abyssal Dragon push, and does just that, but he might have set himself a little too far in position. The perfect and instant response from ADC and Gao to go on through and abandon that push. J-Jack will survive. The shock is there onto Hawk. He is the target. Coagulate, not enough in time, and now to Sun. Pushing on back. A beautiful stun on the flank. This as well. The Hissy Fet was doing so much work. There's the push in, and nicely done. The pick up there onto the Raz, securing the kill onto the Valheim. J-Jack down in the back as well. That could be very much game, TJ, as they're pushing in onto the mid, ignoring the kills. Exactly what they need to do, as this could be it. The core is exposed. The minions are here. They have more than enough to work with. Sun will need to go off. There, he's going in trying to clear this, but going onto the core is ADC.